The Irish Psychic Show, for all your psychic needs, live on Internet Radio. For your chance to get a reading with Irish Psychic, simply Skype Tarot Free or call the studio 0144 34 357. International add +353. This show is packed full of psychic readings and advice, so make sure you join the fan page. Details can be found via irishpsychic.net.
Seven seas to get inside the candy shop and lose the key. I wanna know I'm real and the feelings that I feel all add up to something, that's the deal. I wanna lay on a car looking up at the stars like they do in the movies. I wanna say that it's groovy, no one says that anymore. I wanna be a big romantic fool instead of cool, but all of this means nothing without you. I wanna know it all won't stay the same, and the little things we do can make a change. I wanna know it's there, and even though we'll disappear, I need the world to know that I was here. I wanna lay on a car looking up at the stars like they do in the movies. I wanna say that it's groovy, 'cause no one says that anymore. I wanna be a big romantic fool instead of cool, but all of this means nothing without you. Rain falling helps to make me feel, helps to keep me real. Every feeling feels. I wanna lay on a car looking up at the stars like you do in the movies. I wanna say that it's groovy, 'cause no one says that anymore. I wanna be a big romantic fool instead of cool, 'cause all of this means nothing without you. I wanna say that it's groovy, 'cause no one says that anymore. I wanna be a big romantic fool instead of cool, 'cause all of this means nothing, all of this means nothing. Everything is nothing without you.
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net. for all your psychic needs.
Hello, you're all very welcome to the Irish Psychic Show for March the 5th, 2014. And again, there must be a little glitch in the system because up there on the top it says February the 5th. Maybe it's my fault because, again, it's kind of one of those days. You know, it's kind of like if I'm going backwards rather than forwards. I don't know what's going on tonight, but it is March the 5th and you are listening in to the live show tonight. Now, if you'd like to get in touch with the show and get a reading with the fantastic Grant Colyer, who's with me in studio, all you have to simply do is log on to my website, which is irishpsychic.net. Click on the radio tab and there you can send in your question. And I do hope that's where you're all listening in to the show at the moment. If you are part of the group on Facebook, which is the Irish Psychic Radio Show group page, well then you can just post your question directly in that group page. And again, I do stress that anyone who has clicked going on that event is in for that fantastic draw at the end of the show. And please do make sure that you have clicked going, because some people just listen in anyway, even though, you know, they're part of the group page on Facebook. But it's very important that you click going. It lets, you know, your friends know, and obviously it reminds you as well. But again, you're all in with that chance of winning a numerology reading as well. Okay, so it is that time. It is Grant Collier's with me in studio. Hello there, Grant.
Hello there, Gary. How are you?
Oh, I'm not too bad. I was just mentioning there, Grant, because I was so well, obviously I'm delighted that you're on this show, and it's kind of like with the energy, I just got a little bit confused and thought it was February the 5th.
Well, you know, I think it's just been one of them sort of couple of weeks, really, where it's been like, you know, hectic mayhem, lot going on. And I totally am in the same energy as you at the moment. I don't know what day I'm on. I don't even know what day it is today, to be honest. I've been so busy. But thank you for having me on your show.
You are more than welcome, and it's great to be on, because it's been a while since you've been on my show, Grant.
It has. I don't know when was the last time. It was about 6 months, maybe more than that.
Easily, and that's because you're always busy.
I am always busy.
Always busy, which is a good thing.
Well, yeah, and, you know, we've had you on the radio show ourselves over here, so, you know, you're a busy man as well.
Oh, thanks very much. And I love your show as well, Grant, especially with Sammy as well.
Thank you. Well, you know, what we like to do is open people up to the energy of how the psychic energy works and all the different topics covering that psychic ability, all the way from trance, all the way through to healing and mediumship.
Absolutely. So you'll have to tell all the listeners, Grant, a little bit about yourself and what it is that you do, please.
Yep, well, I am a psychic medium clairvoyant, so basically I tap into the energy direct to spirit and pick up the information that's coming forward. I've got my guide Michael. I've been working for, well, pretty much all my life, really. I'm a natural medium, and that took me on, as you well know, to Psychic TV, Psychic Readings Live from Budapest out to Ireland, and also Psychic World TV and doing a lot of stuff with the BBC and bits and pieces. And as you well know, Gary, I was on Take Me Out this year.
Grant, you have to tell us about that, actually, because I did see you.
Yeah, I was on.
With Paddy McGuinness.
That's it. Yeah, that was back on February the 11th on that show. I think it was the second show in that I did that. I come down the love lift, and yeah, at that time I wasn't obviously.
And just so you know, Grant, as well, they have it here in Ireland as well with a different presenter, but the budget doesn't stretch to a lift. It's just the walkout instead.
Oh, is it? Oh, I didn't know that.
The doors just open, Grant, and apparently the person is supposed to have come down from a lift, but they haven't.
Well, I've got to tell you, that love lift, is a little bit daunting when you can hear all them people.
Oh, I'd say so.
Them girls, yeah, it's very daunting when you stand.
So, was there auditions, Grant, or how did you get on that?
Well, basically, I'd already done it a couple of years ago, and cutting a long story short, my date went ill and actually couldn't get on the date, and I actually got picked. So they did come back to me and gave me a second chance to go on to that show, and basically they said, yeah, let's do it. So this year was they sort of come to me really than the other way around. So
that's fantastic.
It was pretty easy option. They wanted obviously somebody that was a little bit different with the energy of what they do with their work, and you know, because these shows, Gary, as you well know, they're not just after the normal plumber or decorator. They want somebody who's got something about them.
Well, Grant, you're not just a medium. I mean, I did hear you singing, and what a voice!
Yeah, I did have a little sing song, I must admit. Yeah,
absolutely brilliant, Grant.
Yeah, well, thank you. I mean, it wasn't the best song that they could have chose for me, and actually the actual song and the backing track was a little bit out of range and pitch for me. It should have been done in a different key, but they didn't have the time. It was a last minute thing, and literally I did that all in one take.
Bloody hell. I mean...
Yeah, I had to get the timing right for the music to start until I got down the stairs and onto the microphone. So I done quite well, I think.
Absolutely. I mean, it's live television because it's recorded as live.
Absolutely. It's recorded as live. There's a live studio audience there watching it as well, and obviously they're paying for the ticket to come in and watch that show. So
I didn't actually know that, Grant. I didn't actually know that you have to pay to...
Yeah, I think there was tickets going out for audience members, and also, I mean, I think if you had family or you were connected, there were free tickets they were giving away, basically. But
and what's it like in the green room? Are all the men nervous? You have no communication with the girls?
You have
or anything like that?
No communication at all within the production side for the girls with the boys. They're completely separate, so you don't know nothing. You don't get to see any of the girls.
So you don't even see the guys who were coming on before you?
You see the guys. You see the guys that are coming on with you, and
right.
You're all getting ready and that. And it's such, from the day they pick you up from the hotel, because you go to the hotel around the corner first that evening before they settle you down and welcome you, and then basically what they do is they take you and meet the other guys. And all day long, what you're doing is you literally have about an hour to rehearse, and then they're taking pictures of different outfits that they want you to have a look at to see what's the best one for the camera, because you're not allowed to use sort of checkered shirts or anything because there's strobing on the camera. So they're checking out what they want you to wear and bits and pieces. And the actual white suit that I wore, Gary, they chose that. That wasn't my idea. I actually wanted a black suit with a black tie, white shirt underneath, and very slim fit. But they chose this one, made me look a bit like Elvis Presley, which I wasn't overstruck with. Yeah. And obviously the singing didn't let me down, but the outfit definitely did. So that's what.
Oh, don't be silly, Grant. Don't be silly.
Well, no, it still went down well.
It went well. I mean, at the end of the day, you were on national TV.
Yes.
You sounded fantastic. So
Well, do you know what? It's about having a laugh with it. You don't take it seriously. You just go in there, you don't expect anything, and you just have a laugh with it. Paddy was great. I've done a lot of stuff there that didn't get shown with Paddy, doing prediction bits and pieces, but they like to edit it down to give you the best quality of whatever, So it was just really, really fantastic experience.
Big time.
A good day, and I had a lot of fun.
It's quite funny because a lot of people, I used to work in television, not doing psychic stuff or anything like that. But before I was actually on a quiz show, and it was quite interesting. They were looking for a new presenter for a quiz show, and I auditioned for it. And they said, I put down on the date, when they were using the callbacks, that I would not be available. Yeah. So they said, is there, we'll audition you anyway. And I said, thanks very much. But I didn't realise I was going away on holidays. So I went away on holidays, and then they called me back after, about 2 weeks after they had picked the, presenter, and they said, the presenter has been picked, but we would like you to be a participant on the quiz show. Would you like that? And I said, I would love that. And this is just so funny. Uh-huh. So basically they said, well, we'll have to call you back. We'll have to ask you a few questions. Mm-hmm. So I said, okay. So they called me back and they said, what is the capital of, such and such a place? And I said, I don't actually know. So they said, okay, question number 2, what is blah, 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 blah? And I said, again, I don't know. And they were like, okay. Then she went as far as say I was on number 14, and the question that she was asking me, I mean, it was all kind of politics and different things that I still didn't have a clue of. And then she said something else and I got it right, and she said, well done, you got that right. So I presumed out of the 15 questions I got one right, that I wasn't going to be selected, but I think they had an alternative picking selection way for that particular show, because it was anyone that done crap. Anyone that done rubbish, Grant, was actually selected on the show.
So that was it, mate.
So she said, okay, we'll call you back if you're successful. So within the hour, I got a phone call to say, congratulations, you're going to be selected. And I said, oh my God, wow. So I was up in the green room before, they were doing 3 shows that day. So we were looking at the previous shows, and the other contestants there, I said, how did you get on with the questions on the phone? And they said, oh, we got 2 right. How many did you get right? And I said, oh, I got 1 right. And they said, oh, So I said, are we all stupid or something? And they said, well, we must be, because we all got the questions wrong. And it was basically to meet your idol. So basically, we're asking you questions on the show, and if you got all the questions correctly, they sent you. It was called, but I'm not actually going to mention it. They sent you to meet your idol. Now, depending on where the person was, my idol was John Travolta at the time, because I had picked Britney Spears, and they said, sorry, someone else had picked her. I had to learn everything about John Travolta, knew him kind of inside out at that stage, and it is nerve-wracking, Grant, when you're on television, because it's cameras here, cameras there, and they, do different takes. And at one of the levels, or one of the, the rounds, she was asking me all the questions about my own idol, which was John Travolta. So the first question, she said, do you know where he lived? And I called out the answer. Then the second question, I just went blank, for the simple fact that I thought she was asking the guy beside me, what's John Travolta's wife name? And I just sat there thinking, I know this answer. Why isn't the guy answering? Oh my God, is he that stupid? I know this answer. And then she just mentioned my name after a minute, going, Gary. And I was like, oh crap, it's actually me. And I called out the answer, and she said, well done. Thankfully, they edited so it only looked like I was, paused for 10 seconds, But with that production, they actually had picked people from the production crew to be contestants, so that they didn't have to pay, the big money to send you away to Florida or wherever your guest was. And
this is the thing, Gary. A lot of people think that it is easy. That particular concept, and it was only like a couple of minutes of editing down where I come down and do the singing. You've got timing on that to get it exactly right, to hit that microphone, grab that microphone and start singing at the point. And the thing was with it, is that you see like X Factor, you see them, they got an earpiece in and blah blah blah. That's so they can hear the music over the crowd. That's right. Yeah. I didn't have one of them. So basically, I've got them all clapping, all the audience all around me as I'm coming down the stairs, and basically, I had to get that just right. Now, if you look at that, if you ever look back on that, I think it is on YouTube still or on iPlayer. I'm just slightly out. And that's the reason why, because I couldn't hear. Couldn't hear the music over the speaker is away from you, Grant. That's what people don't realise. They don't, they don't set it up that there's your earpiece. We're going to make it all correct. They just presume that you're going to get it right, which you did. And I didn't actually notice any mistakes, so that's a good thing, Grant. Well, absolutely, and the thing is that you are under pressure. You've got cameras on you. It is going out. It's going to be going out on ITV or mainstream. Which it did. And the thing is that it's not easy when you've got 30 odd women looking at you. I know. And it's quite daunting. You've got to get everything right for production as well. So it is a lot of pressure, and I take my hat off to a lot of these guys that come down this lift and the people behind it. And all the girls as well. It's very, very daunting. Well, and there's some of them guys, and I'll tell you the truth. There's some of them guys, they're absolutely crapping themselves before they go down that lift. And, oh no! And they also have a standing guy from like a night after or whatever, just in case one of them pull out and they actually frighten to go down the lift and go out there live. So and not that they've ever had it. Yeah, but they said they've had it where they've come close to it, where they've nearly blacked out before they've gone down. Oh God! Well, the girls are gorgeous. I mean, they're all they all have their humour, they all have their perks, and I'm sure you would have a choice there, but not everyone. I suppose it's about taste, and I always say this, even with regards, the single people, and we're going to be doing readings tonight with regards to love as well. I mean, do not have kind of a preconception of, obviously have a conception of what it is that you're looking for regarding love, but be open to the idea that, just because you have a type, that type can change as well. Well, I think so. I think we'll, how many times, and I know that I've been in this area, not so much now because I'm not somebody that's shallow within that area, but how many times have I been with a blonde person and, we split up, and then you go with a dark-haired person, and when you're with a dark-haired person, you go with a blonde person. It happens, but it's a preconception. I think it's all about the person. As you grow older, I think that's when you're younger. As you grow older, you realise it's about the person within. And completely. Yeah. Around. And I think when we're younger, we have that mindset of what we want or what we're after, but it's not always what we want. And that's what this life lesson teaches us, that, we have to look within and not look at what's in front of you. Exactly. Process, and I think that... And I always say, Grant, once your partner treats you with the love and respect and is, everything that you're looking for, well, what more do you need? Absolutely, and this is the basic rule of thumb, and this is what I say to people. You know, what is a good partner? A good partner is somebody that is like a soulmate, that is a friend that you can have a laugh with, and still have that friendship outside of the relationship. So take it away. Don't be too serious all the time. Just go and have that fun and connection. Go out and do as much as you can. You know, break the monotony role of life, and just have some time out for yourself and have a laugh.
Exactly.
If you don't keep that energy there, then something's going to become stalemate, and then somewhere within that role, there's a boredom that creeps in, and if a boredom creeps in, then insecurities creep in, and then you've got all sorts of damage going on. So I always say keep it fresh.
Absolutely. Grant, we could go on all night talking about love, couldn't we?
We could, but we've got a lot of people to read.
We do indeed. Okay, so I'm just going to take a quick commercial break, Grant, and hopefully you'll have the first person lined up, if that's okay. Brilliant. Okay, so we're just going to take a quick break, and if you've just joined us, by the way, it is now 20 minutes past 11 here, and the fantastic Grant Colyer is with me in studio. So continue to send in those questions. The first one is coming right up.
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.
And you're very welcome back to the Irish Psychic Show. Okay, so Grant, it's over to yourself, please, for the first reading of the night.
Okay, well, we've got the lovely Lorraine, I think it's Pelang. It's actually her birthday today. She said, it's my birthday today, and I hope this gets read out tonight. Will things ever get any easier? Just a general reading, please. I believe she's in Waterford. I can't listen live, she said, but she's going to listen back after. So here we go, and let's see what we got for you, Leanne. Now, I've got a lot of transitions for you, Leanne, my darling. I almost feel like I've got movement around you, so I feel like there's a plan of energy, of change and transition around the energy of work here. I feel like there's been a bit of a struggle with things with you work-wise. I feel like work isn't... I get work with you, but I almost feel like work... Thank you, Michael. So I'm talking to my guide here. He's saying to me, work has been a struggle, but it's around the energy of the people around work, and the work is not giving you what it wants. So I feel like there's a transition coming up. I feel like, you know, you're judging the energy of where you are within that process of that line of work as well. So I feel like there's something new coming in a new direction of that work, and it actually feels like we're coming into the end of April, bringing in May time, where we've got new challenges ahead. And I like the energy of it. There's more of an uplift build and feel around where you're going. Now, I do get the energy here of training, but what I've got coming out also with the mediumship and also with the cards in front of me is that there's a triumph here, and I actually get completions around the energy of where you actually feel settled more than where you have been over really the last 18 months. Because I really feel like you have been unsettled over them last 18 months around the energy of what you really didn't feel was right for you within this workplace. And I think that's broken the monotony around where people as well dragged you down as well within that workplace. So all real good for you. Now, I am picking up very quickly here on a female energy from Spirit, and I do go over on your mother's side, and I feel like this is your grandmother. What she is trying to say to me here also is, other than your birthday, that there is another celebration coming up shortly up after yours, which means there's another birthday coming in. So I do feel that this is something to be remembered. And I also feel here as well that what I want to say to you is men, relationships, I actually feel like there's a need to talk to somebody close to you as well. I've got the energy of a male around you, but I almost feel like I need more connection. There's almost a feeling of uncertainness around something there, and there's a need to clear it up. Not bad. I don't get a bad energy, so don't worry, but I do feel like there's something there that you need to talk about, and that could be more in your energy about something around insecurity with him. But I do feel like a good energy around your birthday, and I wish you a happy birthday, darling, and I'll leave your grandmother's love with you from Spirit here. God bless. There you go. Okay, so what we got next? We got the lovely Shelley Forrester. I think that's Foster. Okay, what does the future hold hold on a minute, let's read that again. What does the future hold? Is our luck going to change. Oh, bless your heart, darling. Let's have a little look, see what we got for you. Okay, Michael. Michael's coming in, and he does say to me here, what we got is really the feeling that I want to bring the energy of children closer to you. I actually feel like there's a need to talk to family here. I don't know if there's a son there, but I'm picking up on a male energy here where they're saying to me here that there's a need to talk and chat and bring people in around you. You're feeling a little bit lonely at the moment, my darling. I actually feel like, again, there could well be struggle here with financial stuff, and I feel like within that process that there is a need of upliftment around you. Struggles aren't easy, but there's no magic wand here from Spirit. They're actually saying to you here that things are going to be a little bit like this for a while. You're probably looking over the next sort of 4 months until we get into that summer period. I want to really go to June, July, where I feel things are going to pick up on that energy for you. I actually feel here, even though I really can't go into the energy of this, there's a down energy within inside yourself, and that could well be that there's a lackluster feel within you, and that's not helping you move forward here. And I really can't cover the help stuff, but you probably understand what I mean. Very tired energy here. So I do feel that that's not helping. Like I said, look towards June. June is a positive month, and I also feel like whatever it is going on around family, that really needs to be looked at as well. Now, I am picking up very strongly on a male energy that comes in here. When I look to the energy here, I'm getting father feel. I do feel within the energy of this man, your father, that gives me this energy. It almost makes me feel like there was almost this sudden energy of passing with him, like a bit of a shock feel towards the end. Now, I'm not saying within that, you wouldn't have been shocked because of but the quickness within it. I do get breathing energy with him that was difficult. I'm always picking up this energy where I'm finding it hard to breathe. So there was obviously chest conditions and things going on there, but I do feel it led to the heart, and the heart actually gave up within that process. He just wants to send his love over. I do know that October is a long, I'll get my words right in a minute, an important time for you. So that is either a celebration, anniversary, maybe around him or yourself, but I do know that it's something that he says that he's around at that time. I just quickly want to give you this as well. I do feel like there's this need to change an item of something that's just been bought. Something was bought recently and there was something that you weren't happy about with it. He's saying, oh, don't give up on this, send it back and you'll get your money back, or you can change it. So you're either one of these people that sort of buy something and it isn't right or whatever and go, oh, leaves it. But I feel like you're owed something back. So look at that, remember what that might be, and it feels like a big appliance. Okay, we're going to go to the next one, and I'll leave his love with you, darling. There you go. So we've got Michelle Murphy. That sounds a bit like an Irish name to me, Gary Murphy.
I think it is, yeah.
He goes, hi, what does this year have in store for me? I actually feel here this is a woman, and I'm picking up 2 children there. I actually feel that she's had a bit of a rough ride, actually. I feel like she's going things alone. So I don't know if she is single here or a single mother, but I almost feel like I need that energy of, if there's anyone around her needs to kick somebody up the backside and give her a helping hand. I actually feel here, from what I'm being told here, is that she's not had it easy. I actually feel like she does need to talk to people. This isn't like, she's not going to be able to go out there and get the help. I really feel that she needs to turn to somebody and start writing some letters here. There's almost a feeling like, going to the government or doing something about the energy of her life here. They actually want to put the pen and paper in her hand and fill out these forms and get things going for her. I actually also feel here there's news of a pregnancy around the family. There's news of a birth. Don't feel it's for her, but I feel it's for somebody else in the family. They are showing me here that it's going to be a little boy that's coming in. And I also feel like there's good news around the reconnection of something to do with a female in the family as well. So that could well be a sister, a cousin, long lost, but I know it's out to the side there. I feel like Maureen's very important, the name Maureen. And I feel like Maureen should be somebody that's over in spirit here as I'm talking as well. So I have got this energy of Maureen back over there as well. I'm sending lots of love here and then giving you lots of flowers, because I know that for you at the moment you need a bit of fun, you need a bit of happiness, you need some loving. I really feel at the moment for you are ready for maybe looking at love and dealing with love, I think there's a lot of other things important here that you need to be focusing on. I'll send a lot of love over to you. I'm also getting a September link there. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's a birthday as well. God bless you, love and light.
Oh,
there you go. There's 3 there, Gary.
That is 3 in a row, Grant, as we say.
Oh,
thank you very much. And if you've just joined us, by the way, it is now 23:30 here in Ireland. So I do hope you stay with us, because Grant is with me until 12 midnight. And Grant, again, with regards, I always do say when we're giving a reading on air, it is only kind of the tip of the iceberg.
It is, mate. I could go on and on forever. And
people can get a private reading with you as well.
Absolutely, mate. You can go through to my website at www.grantcolyer, that's COLYER.co.uk.
Perfect. And again, you'll go into much greater detail, because a lot of people kind of just think, oh, is that the reading done? But we are limited for time here on the show, so that's why Grant only kind of, you get a lot of information across, I have to admit, Grant.
I do. The thing is with it, how I work, and the fact is, I always say to people, if you're going to come to a reading with me, have a good half-hour reading. If you're going to have a mediumship reading with me, then that's, really when we want a good connection on a lot of stuff coming through, and family members, have the hour. It's always important to have an hour sitting. You're going to get so much more from that energy.
Absolutely. Okay, so if you would like a reading here on the show tonight, please do send in your question. All you have to do is log on to irishpsychic.net, click on the radio show tab, and again, Grant will be looking through those questions just right after this again. But also we will be taking the questions, which the majority of the questions have been answered, are from the Irish Psychic Radio Show group page on Facebook. Do join us after this. Time for a quick commercial break.
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.
When I look in your eyes, I can see your love beaming back on me. And when I'm holding your hand, I feel the pulse of your heart with every beat. Look at us now, a little bit older and still happy. And tomorrow will be another day to see the wonders of this world. Another way to be the only boy for this girl. Look at my heart and see that you're the one I'm living for. Look in my eyes and see that I sincerely love you more till the end of our time. With the blink of an eye, I can see my whole life mapped in front of me. There's no way to deny, and there's no way I can hide. The things that you do to me would make you think there's a destiny. Look at us now, you and me. I hope tomorrow will be another day to see the wonders of this world. Another way to be the only boy for this girl. Look at my heart and see that you're the one I'm living for. Look in my eyes and see that I sincerely love you more
our lives, I can feel a happiness wash over me. Remember the day that we met, not knowing what to expect, and all the days spent away, seeing the world in a different way. The bottles of wine and the time to enjoy what's on the other one's mind. It comes again, another day to see the wonders of this world, another way to be the only boy for this girl. Look at my heart and see that you're the one I'm living for. Look at my eyes and see that I sincerely love you more till the end of our time. When I look in your eyes, I can see your love beaming back on me. And when I'm holding your hand, I can feel the pulse of your heart with every beat. Look at us now, a little bit older and still happy. And I love you now, right up until the final heartbeat, till the end of our time.
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.
And you're very welcome back to the Irish Psychic Show. Okay, so I was just mentioning there how to get in contact with the show tonight. So if you have not yet done so, please do so. Just simply go to irishpsychic.net, then click on the radio show, and then just there on the radio show page, there is a place where you can put in the questions for tonight's guest, which is Grant Colyer. The alternative way of getting in contact with the show is if you're on Facebook, simply search for the Irish Psychic Radio Show group page, request to join it, and again, all the questions have been sent in there as well. And once you've clicked going on the event, because I do create an event for every single show that I do here on Spreaker, if you have clicked going on that event, you're in for that draw at the end of the show, and that's with myself for a personal numerology reading as well. Okay, so it's back over to Grant. Grant, you're still with me?
I am still with you. Now, I've got your website open, Gary, and I'm just trying to find out where the questions are on it, so you might have to guide me to that one in a minute. But I'm going to go back to the ones that I've got here in front of me.
Perfect.
I've got the lovely Danielle Adams here that's come through, and she wants to know what's for her, and she's in London. So you're over in my part of the world, bless you. Danielle, I love your energy, darling. I actually feel here that we've got a new energy of romance or love here. Really feel like happy times for you. You are quite open psychically as well. Very intuitive energy for you. I don't actually feel that you might use it to your potential within the energy of working as the psychic, but I do feel like you know things. What I do feel like around the energy of where you are at the moment, I'm feeling like commitment, settlement for you. I've got a very influential and productive man around you that puts a lot of passion your way. So I do feel like real exciting things coming up. It almost feels like you are having to save a little bit of money at the moment, and I do feel that that's important for you, and this could well be for planning and settling down around the energy of where love is concerned. So I actually like the energy of what I'm getting from you, but I do feel here that there's a lot of things here that you need to be focusing on. Now, you are creative within your energy as well, from what I'm being told here. So for me and what I'm feeling here, I actually feel that within that process that things are going to come very steamingly forward, more towards 2015 on creative work front than actually where you are. Now, I'm not saying that you may not be happy where you are within your work. I get that. But I almost feel like there's an urge or a purge forward here as we go into next year. What I am getting the feeling of here, and I don't know if you have a brother here, but I almost feel like I need to connect on your brother's energy at the moment. And I know this is a little bit separate from the energy of where you are, but I feel like there's a male to the side, a brother feel that I feel like I need to bring the energy up in. So I don't know if you've got a brother there that's quite low, going through something at the moment, but I am being told here that this is something that also, not just only you, maybe other family members need to be looking at. So hold that information. Also here, they're loving the fact that you've just changed your hair as well. So I don't know what that's about. Or you've changed dramatically around your hairstyle. And I feel like colour as well, so they're liking the energy of this. I think that what I'm also being told here is listen out for the name Claire, unless this is a Claire that you know. Claire is being shouted in my ear quite prominently here, and I feel like this is something to do around work or connection with that, so look out for that name. It's going to be very important for you. And I also feel here as well that they're saying to me here, they're showing me glasses, a pair of glasses. So maybe do you understand that you might have to have your glasses checked out, or you may have to go and have a little look and have them tested? I don't know, but remember it anyway, because at the end of the day, they won't tell me no for no reason. So there you go. I love and light to you, darling, but I do feel good things for you. Really do. An engagement there as well.
Oh, wow.
And there you go.
Grant, thank you very much. Now, there's kind of a funny conversation going on in the chat room, so I'll have to kind of bring you in on this, Grant. It's quite funny.
Right, okay.
Basically, there's a guy called Blake. He's listening into the show. He's 17 years of age.
Uh-huh.
So he's still young, and he has asked numerous times in the chat room, he wants the lottery numbers. And you'll never... well, hopefully you will, but why do you think he wants to win the lottery, Grant? Like us all, I suppose, but... Well,
obviously, within the energy, we all want to win the lottery. You know, life isn't easy that way. Our life is planned out. I've always said that, you know, they won't give it to us on a plate, Spirit.
Well, I'm going to tell you why. So Blake is 17 years of age. He has his whole life ahead of him. Yep. And he wants to... well, he's just said there that ladies aren't cheap. So that's why he wants to win the lottery.
I was going to say to him, you know, at the end of the day, you want money to do stuff and be out there and look good around the energy of everything. And no, you're right. Women aren't cheap and ladies aren't cheap. The fact of the matter is that, you know, sometimes what we have to do is we have to work for the energy to create the energy of what we really need for us, and that's sometimes what we don't understand. And I think that, you know, I've always said that life's planned out, and if people do win the lottery, I've always said this, money goes to money. Have you noticed that?
Say that again,
I don't know
Grant?
about you, but money goes to money.
As in the people who have money...
Yeah.
And go to another... Yeah,
absolutely.
Totally agree.
I think that it's because there's a reason for that, and the universe is saying to you that sometimes we have to appreciate that we have to get out there and be in part of that process to learn a lot of stuff from it, you know? If it's given to us, maybe we're not meant to have it for a reason. You know, I think that I would rather have my health and have a good life and good people around me than have £1 million in the bank. I could quite easily live day to day with a normal amount of money that I earn, and as long as I'm happy.
Well, again, like, I mean, with regards to any relationship, if you have to buy your partner, I mean, I don't think that's, you know, going to last very long, because as soon as that money runs out, you know, your partner's going to go, sorry, but, you know, you don't have
there's a true saying, Gary, isn't there? Money don't buy you love.
Exactly. And there's cue the song, Grant.
Yeah, I think it's important.
It's true, though. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's important to have money.
We have to have money for to live, but there's that balance as well. If someone says, "Oh, buy me that dress" or whatever, and you say no, and then they say, "Oh, you're not a good boyfriend," etc., etc. Well, do you really want to go out with someone like that all the time? That's only after you for your money. The answer is no.
Absolutely. There's more to love than just having money in your pocket. The fact of the matter is, there's been many times in my life, Gary, not leading up to now, obviously, but there's been many times in my life, and I put my hand up to it. I've been drastically broke, and the fact of the matter is, I've had people around me, that love me for what I am and not for what I've got. So, it works that way. You don't have to have money to be loved, and I think that it's very important to always remember that. Look at Michael Jackson, look at Elvis Presley. They had money, they had all the money in the world, but were they happy? Not always.
No, exactly. And a lot of people, money does create problems as well, Grant.
Of course it does. A lot of people receive a lot of money, maybe from, wills and things, and it splits a lot of families up, and it can become very, very daunting. So is money, the money's root of all evil, a lot of people say. And I'm a true believer that if you've got enough that makes you happy, that's all that matters. Absolutely.
Okay, so we'll continue on. And Grant, you were just asking there how to get on to the questions there on my website. Well, once you're on my website, have you clicked radio? Or the Irish Psychic Radio Show?
I'm on there. Is that down the side, Gary?
It is, just on the left-hand side. Just click the Irish Psychic Radio Show.
Okay, let me just...
It's down a little bit.
There we go. Right, so I'm going to click on that now.
Brilliant. And then scroll to the very end, and all the questions have been submitted there. Some of them have been posted anonymously, because sometimes people don't want to give their names, which is okay.
Oh, well, there you go. I've got them now there. How about that? There we go.
Good.
Okay, right, I'm going to go with this one. We got Stephanie here, and she's from Kilkenny. Hello, Stephanie. And she said, "Will life get better?" Okay, that's a very random open question. So we're going to basically have a look in your life and give you a general reading here. Do you know what? Right, and this is the words that come into my ears straight away from my guide. Now he pulls no punches, so bear with me. Don't shoot the messenger when I say this. He says you can be your own worst enemy, and I think what he's trying to say here is that. This is very important, because they always go to the main core energy of things here, my darling. So, this isn't spirit having a go at you. There's a feeling here from what he's trying to say to me is that sometimes we need to swallow our pride, and we need to be able to listen to people around us to help or make life a lot easier than where we are at that time. So I do feel that you might well have gone against the grain around people, or where people have tried to come forward. Have you had dealings around the energy of where family and bits and pieces are? Because this is what they're trying to give me here within the feeling. So if you understand that message, then life can be a lot better for you. Now, like I said, this is spiritual guidance. There is no magic wand. So they're saying to you, yes, life can get better, but listen to the instructions of what's being told here. I actually feel like you need to talk to people, or you not need to turn your energy against people or where people are around that. And I hope that makes sense. And they're not, my guide's not being, insensitive when he says this. Think about what he's saying. Think deeply about the way that he comes across. But I do know here that there is a rut that you are in, and there's a feeling like you can't turn to people, and maybe that's through the energy of where things have been turned within your own nature and the way that this aggression has built up. I do love your energy, actually. I do feel that you're, I feel for you a lot, and this is from the energy of my spirit guide who's saying to you, you haven't had it easy. Life hasn't been that good for you. People have sort of not been there or not given their energy fully to you. But I do feel that on the energy of where things are on life, monetary living, and where things are, they are hard. But what he really tries to give me here is that you can do this, and you can do it with the help of others if you allow them to come in. And I know that if we look at the energy here of what we've got in front of you, I've got positive stuff's coming forward, but it's going to be a bit of a struggle for you for the next sort of, I'm going to say 6 months. So I'm not going to say that it's all going to be rosy in the next 6 months. There is a hell of a lot of work to do. And I'm just going to pull one card with it. Thank you. And the card that I pulled over, and I don't normally bring the cards out, so I thought I'll do this tonight, was the Wheel of Fortune. So there you go. It's starting to be, and the Wheel of Fortune is all about when negative starts to turn into the positive. You are now going to go into a much better phase, okay? And I actually feel here that there's a reconciliation as well around the relationship or somebody that you need to talk to, and that could also be part of your problem, that you also need to relax, keep calm within that process. God bless you, love and light. Okay, there you go, Gary. So we've got that one.
Brilliant.
Right.
We'll just do another one, if that's okay, before we take just another quick break, because we're down to the last 10 minutes, Grant. That's how quick the show goes here.
That's fine. I'm going to go straight into Caroline here. She's from Carlo, which I don't believe is far away from Dublin, if I'm correct in saying.
It's about an hour. It's not too far.
Yeah.
I actually always go shopping there, Grant, because Carlo is a fabulous
well,
town.
I nearly got out to Carlo a few years ago, but I'll go into that another time. Nearly got out there to do a show, but I never got there. But anyway.
Because speaking of shows, Grant, you did promise us that you are going to come to Ireland, so it is on the cards, as to say.
Oh, I'm coming out there. And guys, if you want me out there, just let Gary know and we'll sort of fix something up, and maybe me and Gary can do something together on a day.
That would be fantastic. Absolutely.
Okay, right. Where is my soulmate, she's asking. Well, do you know what, right? As soon as I'm seeing it, right, there's almost a confusion around her. She's got to let go of what's going on around her at the moment. And Caroline, you know, when you say, where's my soulmate? And I say to you, you've got to let go of what's going on around you. When you're going to say to yourself, well, there's no one around me. It's not physically, it's emotionally. You've got to let go of where you are and what's been happening around your life to let it come forward. And I'm actually feeling the name Keith here within the name of a man that comes in. Now, I've got a lovely... And you know how they showed me that? You know Keith Duffy? They showed me him. And so I know that I'm getting the name Keith, and it isn't Keith Duffy, so don't get all excited, but I do know the name Keith is irrelevant. Now, I'm looking at a man who's not particularly tall. I do feel like I'm getting the energy of a man that's very... sort of around about 5'7", 5'8", so he's not really tall being compared to where I feel the energy of my height is. So lovely guy, don't feel he's a million miles away from you. I actually feel like you're going to meet him out and about, so there's no sort of connection with him through work or whatever. You're not going to meet him through that process, just going to be out and about. And I don't know why, but you're going to meet him on a Monday, which is a weird day, isn't it? But you're going to meet him on a Monday, or you're going to go out on a Monday, and you will meet him, or he will come through a friend. So what he'll do is start speaking to your friend, and then he'll start speaking to you. So you won't make first contact. And I actually feel like there could be a little bit of matchmaking there. I've got the energy of a fantastic energy build up around him. He will be a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but I'm being led to the Scorpio energy, and which is a good mix. The Magician card pops out, so I do know that this is going to be magic. I wish you all the best with that, and look out for that around. And I'm going to say this to you, it's not yet. It does feel like they're taking me into October of this year, so look around for that time and remember the name Keith. There you go. So we're going to go and do another one quickly, Gary.
And then we're going to take a quick break, and then there's only one final one then, Grant, if that's okay.
No problem, mate. Anonymous from Cork. Will my ex and I get back together? If yes, when? Oh, patience is the key here. There's a lot of stuff going on around this energy. He's a very selfish man. He's gone very quiet. I had him coming backwards and forwards. So he's been backwards and forwards in the past. He's gone very, very quiet. I do feel that he's let you down considerably here. I feel there's a lot of issues and pressure around the energy, not just within your relationship, life other than around it. Work pressures, money, situations around him. I know you love him dearly. That's not going to help the process. This man is full of confusion at the moment, my darling. He's got a lot going on. My guide just said to me, do you know what? Really, we can put a 50-50 chance of this going on. It's about how you deal with it. Don't pressurise this man. You know, you've got to leave him to where he is and let him come back within his own zone. And I feel like within this energy, this man does really need you. He does feel like he wants you, but he's not ready for that process yet. What you've got to understand is that this man cannot be pressured. You are having sleepless nights over this. You can't think of anything else, bless you, and I totally understand that. He's a lovely guy. I just feel like there's a misunderstanding and a lot of stuff going on, a lot of pressure around him. And I also feel here that, he can't handle that pressure. Very, very selfish man. Wouldn't be surprised And no disrespect to any Aries out there, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's an Arian. Because it gives me that energy of an Arian that is very sensitive but finds it very hard to talk. I feel very much that you know within your heart, because I've got the Queen of Coins coming out here, that this is a man that does love, and I feel like, you know, there's a misunderstanding of something going on here and a lot of pressure around it. But I do feel like, you know, we could be looking at a lengthy process. How long's a piece of string? Well, let's look forward here where I get a connection. Now, I'm not saying it's him coming back in. I never say this. If I get a connection coming in, I'm only saying it's a communication. I'm really feeling here that May's a big connection of stuff where things might start to happen. I do feel that there's communication possibly before that, but I'm not really getting much on an energy with it. So look more for May going into the rest of the year. That's a build-up. It's going to take time, darling. God bless you. Love and light.
Oh, thank you very much there. And again, there's only one final reading of the night, so if that's going to be lucky you, it could be. Just simply log on to irishpsychic.net, click on the radio show tab there and send in your question. Again, you know, Spirit will guide us whoever we are supposed to read for, and that's why Grant picked certain people. It's not because, you know, your question is more important than someone else's. It makes no difference. It's whoever Spirit chooses on the night. So do join us after this. This is Shane MacDonald and Everyday, and Grant will be answering the final question of the night. And do stay tuned as well, because I will be announcing the winners of the competition via Facebook as well.
And the sights and the sounds that surround me, and the touch of your beautiful embrace. Then I open my eyes, I can't find you, and nothing is quite as it seems. 'Cause in the back of my mind, I know that you ain't mine, and the truth is it's all just a dream. And I will love you all of my days, saying the words that you help me to sing. You're the sun of my life. So many ways, and I'll be here right now, every night, and every day. Every day's hard without you. Every night is a break from the day. The dreams of your love and your voice from above. Ain't no wonder why I'm feeling this way. If I could, I would kneel down beside you and ask you to be mine today. I tell you that you're everything, all I could want, and these are the words I would say. And I will love you all of my days. I'm saying the words that you help me to say. You're the sun of my life, and your eyes are the rays. You're the moon and the stars in so many ways. And I'm being right now.
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.
And you're very welcome back to the Irish Psychic Show. Well, it is midnight, but thankfully Grant is still with me and he's going to do one final one before we go off air. So Grant, it's over to yourself for the final reading of the night.
Okay, and I've got to go to this one. This is the one that I was more put the energy to or dragged to from Spirit, and it's from Joanna, and that's JOHANNA. She said, will a family problem be sorted? Well, I actually feel like this is outer energy family and not direct family. And I feel like there's a dominant energy of stuff going on there on a male energy where I feel like where the problem is. And I've got to say to you here that, you know, it will do. You know, I've got a strong belief that things will settle down, and I really feel like this split of what's going on, or this split in the family, is going to settle. And I really think that what we got here is, I think too many people are involved. That's the feeling with it. So I feel like other people around the situation of this that are not directly committed to the energy of the family need to step back, and I think that's where the problem lies. I'm being told external influences aren't helping here, so we need to stop listening to other people and what they're saying. I feel as we go into the energy of the next few weeks, really, there is another big blow up here. Now, the big blow up is meant to happen, I'm being told here, because basically what it is that it brings people to talk properly. And what they're actually saying to me within that process is through talking we can now communicate and work it out and understand where that process is. So there is another big blow up coming up. It's not something to, you know, worry about, but it's something to take heed within the energy of that. Now this is the time to talk properly and not, you know, push your foot around, you know, other people getting involved, and where all the energy is flowing through other people's energy. Sit down and direct it properly is what they're being told. And that's not just you, my darling, that's other people. So you all need to be sitting down in the room. You know, it's exhausting now, and it really feels like there's a ridiculous energy about this. But really good, because I pulled out a few cards on this, and they're basically summing up what I've just said. So I've got the energy of the battlefield here, so I know that I've got the energy of something coming up here. I feel like the passion and desire and the feeling of deflation over it has become silly. And then I've got, again, the victory card, which is the Six of Wands here. And that's telling you here that triumph over the energy, that this problem will be sorted. Now, I don't know who the male energy is, but I do know here that is not helping. One more card with this particular reading, Gary, before I come to the end. I got the Ten of Cups. Your wish coming true. Creature comforts. Can you hear me? Not be able to talk. That's about communication. You need to communicate, guys, and don't argue over this process. Love and light, and best of luck to you.
Wow, Grant, absolutely fantastic tonight.
Thank you.
You're on fire, as they would say here in Ireland. You're on fire.
It's always good to be in the energy of another good psychic, and that's how it works, mate.
Oh, thank you. Well, Grant, I have to ask you again. I mean, if people want a private reading, how can they get in contact with you?
If they come through to www.grantcolyer.co.uk, they can have a reading with me, book a reading, check me out and see what I've done. I've read for One Direction, all the famous people, bits and pieces. Or you can get hold of me and follow me on Facebook and Twitter.
Grant, I muted you there when you mentioned the famous names. So any famous names that you mention, I always mute you, I'm afraid.
Oh, sorry, mate.
people do not want to know who you've read for, Grant. People. So, what was that name again? Because they're not going to hear.
What famous name?
Yeah, go on. You may as well say it. I'll mute you, though. I will mute you.
One Direction.
There we go. As you heard. I mean, Grant, you are probably they're all going to be kind of going, mad now, because you did read for One Direction.
I did. I actually read for Niall and Zayn. And basically I said to them that they'll be as big as the Beatles, and that was before they actually completed X Factor. I actually read for them backstage X Factor before they got to the final. I think it was about the 5th week in.
Where did they come again, Grant? Was it 3rd or 2nd or?
I think they were 3rd behind Matt Cardle and Rebecca Ferguson.
Oh yeah.
And I read for Sean Lloyd. Sean Lloyd, is it?
Yeah, that rings a bell. The girl.
The girl, yeah. I read for her as well, and I read for the what's her name? The Irish lady, the big Irish lady.
When it's on the tip of my tongue as well. Mary.
That's it.
Mary Byrne.
Mary Byrne. I read for her as well while I was there. Only little bits and pieces because I was invited backstage and I met all the guys and even Helena Bonham Carter was there as well.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so it was.
She's remarkable.
But I've read for a lot of people.
You have read for a lot, yeah.
But guys. This is what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying, Grant. I mean, even just the readings that you do here on air, the proof is in the pudding. The feedback comes in, validation. That's exactly what you are here for.
Absolutely. It's all up, it doesn't matter who you read for, Gary.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is I'm here to help people.
I'm being honest, Grant, I'd be more nervous reading for those celebrities, but the feedback that they gave you and gave, all the members via their website was fantastic.
Absolutely.
And Grant, again, you do have your own radio show as well.
I do.
So how can people listen into that?
That's Thursday nights at 7 p.m. till 10:30 p.m. at Channel Radio. That's www.channelradio.co.uk, and that's for Becoming Psychic Show with myself and Sammy B.
And if they get confused, just type in Becoming Psychic radio show to Google, and again, it'll just come up. Because I always say, Grant, Google is my very best friend.
Well, absolutely. Google, just go there and you'll find anything on Google.
And it's good as well because your show doesn't clash with mine, so they can listen in. I don't mind the competition, Grant.
Mate, this is what
it's all about. It's not competition. We're not in competition, which is good.
We're not in competition, mate. We're there to help each other, and that's what it's all about.
And you have some fantastic special guests on your show as well.
Yeah, we've had the lovely Derek Acora on. We've had some fantastic names that maybe not many people would have heard of, but the lovely John Healy from Psychic TV.
Oh, he's brilliant, yeah.
Lovely guy. He was talking about remote viewing and bits and pieces, and he's gone on now to do a film called Molly Crows, which is a bit of a horror type film where he plays a priest, a demonic priest. So absolutely, we've had some beautiful.
Have you ever done any acting work, Grant? I have in the past, and I must say it is very, very good.
I haven't. It's something that I've always wanted to do, actually.
No, it was only extra work, but when you're an extra, you do think you're special. You do think you're a feature. Like I was in Becoming Jane with Maggie Smith, and and who's the other lady? Oh, it's gone out of my head, but they're all famous. But it's quite funny because the leads do call the shots, as in one person laughed at something that happened, and the lead just said, "I'm not having this," and they walked away, and we had to wait then for 4 hours till that person came back. So they do call the shots. So if you are an extra, it's a good thing. It's a good way of making friends as well, and it's just to be in a film, to go and see yourself in the cinema and kind of go, oh my God, there's me in the background. It is quite good, I have to admit.
No, it is, and it is good to be able to do these things. I think I've been quite lucky, really, with some of the stuff that I've done. I mean, I've met some amazing people along the way, not just through this work. Connections of people that I know. I know one of my mates years ago was a special effects guy, and I actually got asked to do a pop promo video.
Yeah,
and it turned out to be Jamiroquai.
No way.
And I don't know if you've ever watched the video or remember the song Virtual Insanity.
No, I can Google it though.
Go and Google it, and basically you'll see the video. Right at the end of the video is a load of blood pouring out underneath the sofa and down a wall, and I actually poured the blood.
No way.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so go and Google Virtual Insanity. Fantastic video. You'll wonder how they did it. If you don't understand, come and ask me how they did it, and I'll tell you.
Oh, wow. Well, Grant, just some feedback there. Michelle Murphy just said, brilliant show. Oh, well, Michelle, thank you very much for that kind feedback.
So.
And we'd be here all night, Grant, if I was to call out all the feedback. That's how good you are.
No, Well, do you know what, Gary? You give out a fantastic show. That feedback is just to you as well, my friend.
And I'm going to book you very, very soon again because people are already asking for you back. So I will definitely have you back on the show, as always, because you are so professional. You're such a gentleman, and just the energy when you're giving readings, you know, it speaks for itself. It's absolutely fantastic.
And it's an absolute pleasure to read for you, all you guys on the show. And it's actually a pleasure to always work with you, Gary. Like I said, hopefully we'll get out to Ireland and we'll go and do something.
Yeah, because a lot of people think, Grant, that I've met you. I still have not met you in person, but that's the way radio kind of works sometimes. But I feel like if I've met you, I know you now at this stage. That's how
Gary, I think we've been around each other's energy for around about 2.5 years now.
Yeah,
you know, first connection, and you know, I think that there was this strong energy of you know, you knew where I was. I'd done the readings out live to Ireland, and that's when you first come to me, and now we're best of friends, and you know, and this is where it's going to go, guys. You know, just keep your eyes out because me and Gary will be out there in Ireland, and I'm sure we'll be doing a lot of stuff out there in time.
Oh, that would be fantastic. Well, Grant, thank you once again for joining me on the show.
Hey, it's always a pleasure, mate, and thank you for having me on.
You're very welcome, and we'll see you soon, as they say.
Okay, God bless you.
God bless everybody out there. Take care. There you go. That was the fantastic Grant Colyer there on the Irish Psychic Radio Show. I did mention that if you've clicked join on the Facebook group page, you're in with a chance of winning a numerology reading with me. And I do have a winner. Should I say I did have a winner because it was actually queued up here in front of me. But that's what happens when we're live on television and we get carried away with a chat. But I'm going to go back again to the page. Bear with me, by the way, because I thought I had the winner queued up. So 1 second now. And just so you know, the show goes out live Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 11 p.m. And if you've missed the show, you can catch it now once I go off air. And it is a show to listen back to because Grant there is absolutely fantastic. So make sure you do listen back. And a lot of people, you know, no matter where you're listening in, if you're listening in at a different time zone, again, you know, you'll be able to catch the show. And as well, I have to mention there is a brand new update for my app. So if you have an Android device, why am I saying device? I'm so used to listening to the voice on television. Sorry. If you have an Android device, there we go. Just simply search for Irish Psychic and you can download the app, and within the app there's, you know, free readings and you can listen into the show as well. But the winner of that numerology reading, if you can contact me please, you have 48 hours to claim that prize, is Nicola Riley. So congratulations, Nicola. Again, if you can contact me, I will be able to tell you what to do in order to claim that prize. Well, that is it for another edition of the Irish Psychic Show. Can I just say once again, thank you very much to the fantastic Grant Colyer for joining me. For myself, Irish Psychic, do join me on Friday at the exact same time, 11 p.m. Take care. Good night.
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.
Time has come for you to go. The time just passes quickly by. So many things I want you to know. So many things that make me smile. Hold me a little bit longer. Hold me and don't you say a word. Hold me a little while longer. Remember what I have to say. Remember all this as you go. Don't say goodbye. goodbye means the end. You'll be far away from me. Forever you'll be in my heart. I close my eyes, you're all I see. We'll never really be apart. So hold me a little bit closer, and don't you say a word. Hold me a little bit closer. Remember what I had to say. Remember as you go. Don't say goodbye, 'cause goodbye's not for friends. Don't say goodbye, 'cause goodbye means the end. By my side, the day we'll be together. You will hear these tears inside. Don't say goodbye, 'cause goodbye's not for friends. Don't say goodbye, goodbye means the end. Don't say goodbye, don't say goodbye, 'cause goodbye's not for friends. Goodbye's not for friends. Don't say goodbye, don't say goodbye, 'cause goodbye means the end. Don't say goodbye, goodbye's not for friends. Don't say goodbye, don't say goodbye, 'cause goodbye means the end. Don't say goodbye.
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.